Yeah, let's get right into it. The Niners offense against Arizona's defense. So we know that Arizona's defense is missing Garrett Williams, their number one corner. Max Melton and Will Johnson are questionable. We'll see if they play. So there's going to be some opportunities to throw the ball, but still, this Arizona defense has a big D line, and they're very good against the run themselves. And the Niners haven't been running it well. That if the Niners are one dimensional in this game, they're going to have a tough time. So it starts with Christian
Well,
and
the
the
other thing
blocking.
too, yeah. Remember now, Arizona has this guy named Buda Baker,
Yeah.
who it seems like he's been there forever. This guy is just—he's got more, his longevity in the league, and he's one of the leading tacklers. And both safeties are excellent tacklers. And if I'm Arizona, until the Niners could throw the ball effectively against me, I'll play a single safety high defense, not too high, and I'll be able to load the box and shut down the run and make the Niners one dimensional and force them to have to pick up and throw the ball.
And the way the Niners have been running the ball the first couple of weeks, they may not even need to load the box to stop the Niners from running it. I mean, they might be able to play two deep safeties to help their backup corners and still shut down the Niners running game, because it looks to me like Arizona might have the best defensive line in the division. I mean, maybe definitely the biggest defensive line in the division. Calais Campbell in the middle, Sweat and Zaven Collins on the outside. It might be more imposing than the Seattle defensive line that gave the Niners offense a lot of problems.
Well, I tell you what, especially when you're playing with a rookie left guard as well, the other thing about which you have to be concerned, if I get into a pass game situation as a Niner, I'm worried about picking up the stunts. Uh, the Niners struggled even against Seattle with a lot of the twist stunts where they were picking each other off and the looper was coming free. Now I stick a rookie left guard in there, and the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to run some games on defense if I'm Arizona with twists and the TE games and the ET games, and see if the Niners can pass it off correctly and not have penetration coming up the middle in Mac Jones's face.
Yeah, they're going to send Josh Sweat around on a loop right into Connor Colby to see if he can pick that one up. They're going to test him early, and maybe he will. I don't know. It seems like he's been doing a pretty good job in pass protection so far. It's going to be a bigger test. He hasn't graded so well as a run blocker. None of the Niners offensive linemen have so far. So we'll see. Big test for the 7th round pick.
No question.
Yeah. Okay. So that's an interesting matchup. We know the Cardinals have a really good safeties, but they're going to be hurting at corner. So it seems like with no George Kittle out there and a questionable running game, it's going to be imperative for the Niners to take advantage of this matchup.
Well, the thing about it, looking back at the game on Sunday, the best play in the passing game, I thought, was the touchdown to Jauan Jennings when he was lined up on the left side. And the difference is, instead of throwing the ball to Jennings where his back is to the defense, where he has to, because he is not a quick starter, he's not, instant speed and acceleration. He ran basically what looked like a skinny post kind of concept, a bang eight type of route. I think, he went 42 yards for the touchdown.
Mhm. Mhm.
See, he was running and his shoulders were at angular going towards the end zone already. So he did not have to stop and then restart and get turned around. And so he flashed through that secondary. I mean, I look at the guy, goes, oh my, he's running like he's a 4-4 guy. Well, and he was rolling already, and the ball hit him right in stride, and the momentum just kept him going. And see, the key thing about it is, and I go back to Bill Walsh's concepts for a lot of years, he did not like to throw the ball to a receiver whose back was turned to the defense. That's why Bill liked the slants and the little deeper, the skinny post routes and the angular routes, because he wanted the receiver to be partially already moving towards the end zone where he could take one step, put his foot in the ground, and bam, his shoulders were square and he was attacking the goal line. And where Kyle runs square ends and hook routes and comeback routes, where the receivers' bodies are working back towards the offense and they're turned to the defense. So then the receiver has to make the catch and then, rotate hips and footwork and get turned and then, get speed going and build up. And I think hitting him on the angle route like that, on that deeper slant concept, is a great way to take advantage of Jennings' skill and also to help initiate some speed for him and get his movement working towards the goal line.
Yeah, we think of Jennings as being slow because he ran a 4.7, but on that play, he almost reached 19 miles an hour. He's like 18.4, which is usually what you see guys running 4.4 and 4.5s running. So it's interesting. And I don't know exactly what Jerry Rice ran at his pro day, but I don't think it was super fast. And on the Niners, he never broke stride, never got caught from behind. So I definitely see what you mean there. That's interesting.
No, to me, it's about the body in motion tends to remain in motion. So when he's running and planting his foot in the ground and making the break, and his body is moving at angles towards the opponent's goal line, he's already got all that inertia moving in the direction you want. And then plus you get a well-timed throw out in front where he can catch it in full stride and running full speed, and then he just can accelerate from there. And so you gave him basically a running start on the yards after catch because of how the route was designed.
Absolutely. And it was interesting last week on our playbook breakdown segment powered by Pass Reps, you broke down how the Niners, one, need to get Jauan Jennings involved, and two, how to do it. And you had him running the square in. Kyle Shanahan watched the show, loved the idea, tweaked it a little bit to a bang 8, but I mean, it was the difference in the game. Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code Cohn, COHN, and download the app now. So why don't we bring up Pass Reps again now? Again, this is Playbook Breakdown powered by Pass Reps, where we make you smarter about football every week. You can get Pass Reps yourself and actually practice calling plays before Sunday for only $1.99 a month. Just go to passreps.com. Every week, Tom's going to put together a fresh game plan inside Pass Reps, updated rosters, new opponents, and real plays from the NFL level. Step into the offensive coordinator's role for less than $2 a month. Link is below. Let me put that on the screen. Ooh, hold on. I'll get it in a second. But Tom, let's talk about this play here. That the Niners. Well, what's the key? Last week it was Jennings. Which player is the key to get involved this week?
Okay, what I want to do this week coming in, I want to use a double move on with Ricky Pearsall to take advantage of the backup corners who are playing for Arizona. If I can get a single safety high, okay, then I want to be able to take advantage of Ricky as the split end on the left side of the formation. I'll go with a right formation. I could be in, 21 personnel. I can have Juszczyk in the game if he's cleared to play. I got McCaffrey in the game. I get a single safety high on a rundown situation. I'm going to run a simple combination to the right side with the tight end on what we call a shoot route and the flanker on a slant route. On the left side, I'm going to have Ricky run a slugger route, a slant and go, so that if I get a single safety high and I'm Mac Jones, I'll be able to set up, take a quick 3 drop, give it a quick pump fake, and with a single safety high, and then be able to hit Ricky, take a shot on the left side, and run the slant and go for a big play.
Let's run it.
And see, he can close the cushion. He's got the speed. He can accelerate. And then Mac has a good deep ball arm. So better so than even Brock. So I'm not concerned about Mac not being able to get the ball vertically down the field to Ricky Pearsall. Ricky's not going to outrun Mac's arm, where he could outrun Brock's arm.
Ricky Pearsall is an interesting player. I mean, it seems like he's the Niners' deep threat. He's the guy who stretches the field, and they definitely have to get him involved because he can open up the offense for Christian McCaffrey and Jauan Jennings.
Well, you hit a couple big plays with him. Then now, as you talked earlier, that may force Arizona to get into a defensive configuration where they have to go to a too-high scheme with the 2 safeties. So Buddha and Thompson can help on the outside receivers, and then that hopefully might open up a little bit more favorable run game for the Niners because they only have 7 in the box as opposed to 8 in the box.
What about if we run Dino Y cross and put Pearsall at X? What's this route going on over here?
Well, the good thing about it on the outside is that's a double move route. This goes back to Bill Walsh and all that with Taylor and Jerry Rice and those guys. And I can take the inside receiver across the safety space give the outside receiver, Ricky, a chance to run a double move with a little post stem in it and a bend, and then accelerate. If the free safety turns his hips and goes with the inside receiver across his face, I now have the outside receiver, Ricky, one-on-one on the double move to the post route. And if I don't like that because it's too high, we don't clear it out, I can bring the ball back down to the tight end on the crossing route underneath and check the ball down to him. And so
I love that on this pass reps that you can just cycle through the different coverages and just see like how the play works against different coverages.
Yeah, you can see who's open automatically. You know where the ball has to go. Once you see the quote unquote the lay of the land with the secondary, you know where the voids are going to be. And so that'll dictate where the ball has to go.
Yeah. Let's look at one more play because I'm having fun messing around with this. We got Dino Y cross. There's one with the Z just taking a fade down the left sideline, 9-3 wide takeoff arrow.
Yeah.
Now, how about this one?
Which one you got?
Oh, Fresno. You got the post with the X.
This is a pressure concept where if I had Kittle, it's a man beater for Kittle to get the ball to George. Okay. On the other side, now George is not playing this week. So now on the right side of the formation, I'm not concerned about looking over there because that's not Kittle. But I go to the left side of my set. Now I've got my slot on a 4 pivot route, and I got the post on the outside again. So I now have a high-low combination on the left side of my formation to be able to get the ball into the slot receiver on the pivot route. And if I get a single safety high, I still got a shot on my outside receiver to the post. So you got some combination. I like that you can put
McCaffrey right here in the slot too.
You can do that. You can take 21 personnel. I just walk McCaffrey up into the double formation. If the safety comes down, I know it's going to be an invert zone or man to that side. If it's a backer walking out, hey, chances are it's going to be some kind of a zone coverage scheme, a 3 deep package, or 2 deep where he's going to run with them vertically. But if I get the single safety high concept, now I got a chance to get the ball down the field. I don't have to force it into a too high scheme. I can take my shots vertically and go for some big plays.
Well, look, you just saw the breakdown. Now go test your own football IQ. Pass reps updates weekly, $199 a month. The link's below. Don't just watch the game. Call it. PassReps.com.